Real sales questions, real sales scenarios, anonymous voices. Every week, founders and sellers submit their toughest sales objections to me. The ones that, frankly, they're too embarrassed to ask about out loud. The ones that they have been losing deals over for months. So we built something new. AI voices, real situations, and me stopping the tape to break down exactly what went wrong and how to fix it. No names, no faces, just the honest, ugly truth about what is actually happening in your sales conversations. This is Revenue Rascal's AI sales roleplay. Let's get into it. So this is the deal. Fractionals reach out to me all of the time. Fractional chief sales officers, chief revenue officers, CMOs even. And this is the deal. They have the experience, the track record, the receipts, as they would say, and they still cannot close the founder. Not because, right, that they're bad at what they do, because they are pitching the wrong thing in the wrong language to someone who is wired to hear it wrong. That's a lot of wrongs in one sentence, and we're going to fix that. So here's what we're doing today. I collected real objections from real fractionals who are getting stuck in the sales process. And to protect their identities, I'm using an AI voice to play both the fractional consultant and the founder on the other side of the table. My job is to simply stop the tape, call out what's happening, and give you the fix in real time. So we have two scenarios, two archetypes, and every word of this has played out in a real sales conversation. Let's get into it. All right, so we have scenario number one, the skeptical seed founder. The founder, seed stage, high stress, tight budget, burned by consultants before, looking for someone in the trenches, not someone sending decks. We've all been here. Let's go.
Thanks for making time. Based on what you shared, I'd come in and assess your current sales motion, build out your pipeline architecture, and get your team aligned on a repeatable process. I'm thinking 10 to 15 hours a week to start.
I appreciate the breakdown, but we are moving fast and we need someone hands-on. If you're only here 10 hours a week, how does the real work actually get done? My last consultant gave us a strategy doc and disappeared.
Right there. The objection sounds like a logistics complaint, and it is not. Jordan is not asking about hours. Jordan is asking simply, can I trust you to do the job? The word hands-on is founder code for I've been burned and I need to know you will not be leaving me holding the bag. The worst move Alex can make right now is to defend the hours. The moment you start negotiating your time, you have already lost the frame. You are back to selling a retainer instead of a result. Watch what happens when Alex tries to fix the wrong problem.
I totally get that. I can actually flex up to 20 hours if needed, and I work fast, so 10 hours with me is probably worth more than 40 hours with someone junior.
I mean, maybe, but I still feel like we need someone more embedded. I'm not sure this is the right fit.
And there it is. Alex offered more hours and it made things worse because the founder did not want more hours. The founder wanted proof that Alex understood their problem. So here's the reframe. When a founder says hands-on, your response is not about time. It is about stakes. You say something like, I hear you. You need someone who is accountable for the outcome, not just the advice. Let me show you exactly what the next 90 days looks like, what we will build, what your team will be able to do without me at the end of it. And now you're not selling hours, you're selling the road to the milestones that matter the most for the founder. This is the pivot from retainer to roadmap where you no longer have to argue about hours.
Let me back up. You need accountability for results, not just someone showing up on a calendar. Here is what I'd propose. A 90-day roadmap with 3 hard deliverables. At the end of it, your team runs the process without me, and we tie everything to where you need to be for your next conversation with investors. The hours are just the mechanism. The destination is the funding round.
Okay, that's a different conversation. Walk me through the 90 days.
Did you hear that shift? Jordan did not suddenly have more money. The budget did not change. The hours did not change. The frame changed. Alex stopped selling a service and started selling a destination. Founders are not buying expertise. They are buying for what the next milestone is. It could be a revenue target, a sales target, a fundraising target. Your pitch has to live inside their roadmap, not your resume. All right, real talk. I found a tool recently and my first reaction was genuinely annoyed that I didn't build it myself. And it's called Objectionly. Every founder and sales manager I know has lost entire days to call review, hours of recording just to find one moment where the deal fell apart. One team went from 1.4 million to 2.9 million in a single month after using it. Another manager went from 4 hours a day of call review down to 4 hours a week. This is not Gong, no seat pricing, no enterprise contract, no 6-month onboarding nightmare. Simple, affordable, built for founders and sales managers who want results and want to get back to simply growing their business. Objectionly reviews your calls, scores them against your script, and hands your seller the feedback directly. They own it. You coach what matters, and this is the game changer. So the link is in the show notes to get the Revenue Rascals special 14 days free, and you can set it up in minutes. All right, so we have scenario number 2, the plateaued Series A CEO. The founder, here we go. Series A, 3 million to 5 million ARR, business has stalled, has a VP of sales already, skeptical of consultants and overhead, privately wondering if the problem is their VP, not the system.
Based on your numbers and what you have described, I'd come in as a fractional CRO and architect the full revenue system. Pipeline, messaging, team structure, the whole customer journey.
We already have a VP of sales. I am not looking to add another layer of leadership. It feels like I'd just be paying for someone to go to meetings. What does a fractional CRO actually do that my VP is not doing?
This is the most common Series A objection and the most mishandled one. Sam is not asking for a job description. Sam is asking, is my VP the problem? And are you about to make it awkward? There is a real fear underneath this question. If Sam brings in a fractional CRO and the VP of sales feels threatened, Sam now has a leadership conflict on top of a revenue problem. The fractional who does not address that fear directly is going to lose the room. The fractional who does address it is going to become the most valuable person in that company for the next 6 months. Watch Alex navigate it.
Your VP of sales manages people and closes pipeline. That is their job, and it sounds like they do it. A fractional CRO is not there to manage your VP. I'd be working above and alongside them. The question is not whether your VP is performing. The question is whether anyone in your company is looking at the full revenue architecture. Messaging to market fit. The handoff between marketing and sales. Pricing. Retention. Expansion. If your growth has stalled, the problem is almost never the individual performers. It is the system they are performing inside of.
Okay, but how do I justify that cost? We are already paying a VP of sales.
Great job. Alex handled the VP threat correctly. Now here comes the money objection. And this is where most fractionals fold. They start talking about hours per week, monthly retainers, and I can work within your budget. Just stop. The moment you talk about your fee in isolation, you lose every single time. Your fee only makes sense inside the math to their gap. You have to put the number on the board before you put your rate on the board. Watch how Alex does the math.
Fair question. Let me show you something. You are at $4 million. Companies at your stage with a functioning revenue system are typically at $6 million to $8 million inside 18 months. That gap is $2 million to $4 million in revenue sitting on the table right now. If my work closes 15% of that gap, that is $300,000 to $600,000 back in your business. My engagement is $15,000 a month for 6 months. That is $90,000 total. On the conservative number alone, you are looking at a 3 times return. The question is not whether you can afford a fractional CRO. The question is whether you can afford to stay at $4 million for another year while your competitors are not standing still.
Put it that way, and I need to at least see the proposal.
That is the math move. Current revenue, potential revenue, the gap, 15% of the gap, your fee against the return. Sam is not evaluating an hourly rate anymore. Sam is evaluating the cost of not moving. In action. Here is what Alex did that most fractionals never do. He named the fee and then immediately buried it inside the ROI. By the time $90K landed, Sam had already heard $300K to $600K. The fee did not feel like an expense. It felt like the smaller number in a much better trade. This is the only frame you want to be in when money comes up. Write this down. Your fee is not a line item. It is a return on a gap that already exists. Okay, so before we close, I want to do something most fractionals never do in their actual pitch, which is the math. Not your rate, not your hours, the math on what staying stuck is actually costing the founder sitting across from you. Okay, you got to put the graphic up. It's here for you, and I've actually embedded it into my Revenue Rascals vault. If you go to revenuerascals.com/listen, you get access to my monthly free coaching call and the vault. So go do that right now. So we have the graphic. Put it up on the screen. If you're virtually pitching, do it there. If not, whiteboard it in person, bring it on a pitch deck, whatever your style is, but it absolutely needs to be in there. Drop it in the proposal. It does not matter. They just need to see it. What matters actually is the number is visible, because when the founder can see the gap, the conversation changes completely. 3 lines, that is it. Current revenue, potential revenue, the gap. Alex just walked Sam through the real version of this. Sam is at 4 million. The market says 6 million to 8 million is where companies at this stage need to operate with a functionally wonderful revenue system. That is a $2 to $4 million gap sitting there right now. So closing just 15% of that $2 million gap and you get $300K back in the business. Close 15% of the $4 million gap and you get $600K back. The 6-month engagement is simply $90K. $300,000 returned on a $90K investment is a 3x on the conservative number. On the high end, it could be up to 7x. This is not a consulting fee. This is a bet with very favorable odds. Now, one thing I want to insert here. This is a real life scenario. I have seen fractionals close gaps like this. It is so mission critical that you do not overpromise and underdeliver. Be conservative. Do what you say you're going to do. Knock it out of the park, and you're going to get a very happy client. And here is your reminder. Stop selling the clock. Stop saying, I work 15 hours a week or my retainer is $15K a month. Like, those numbers exist in a vacuum. Name the fee, then immediately show what it sits next to. Here is the line again that you can use verbatim. My engagement is $15K a month for 6 months. That's $90K. If we close 15% of your revenue gap, you are looking to $300 to $600K back in your business. The fee is the smaller number in that equation. Practice that, say it out loud, get comfortable with it, write your own version. Most founders already know that the gap exists. They feel it every single day, every quarter, every year. They just have not had anyone put the number on the board and connect it to a fix. So when you do that, you stop being a vendor, which we don't want to be, and you become the person who finally said the quiet part out loud. This is the seat that you want. This is the seat that closes deals. All right, let's get into the Rascal Challenge so you can do this in your business too. Okay, let me land this. 2 scenarios. 2 objections, 1 lesson underneath both of them. Every fractional who is getting stuck is selling the plane, the hours, the retainer, the deliverables, the scope. That is the plane. Okay, cool. But guess what? The founder does not want to buy a plane. The founder wants to go somewhere. Founders want the next raise. In both of these scenarios, they want more money, right? So the Series A founder wants out of the plateau. They want to stop feeling the gap every quarter and finally have someone who can name it, map it, and go after it with them. Your job is to know the destination before you say a single word about the vehicle. When you lead with the destination, the price conversation completely changes. The trust conversation changes. The whole dynamic in the room changes. You are not justifying a fee anymore. You are showing them the cost of not going. So this is what I need you to do. Drop your toughest no in the comments. The objection that made you stumble, the one you walked out of the meeting still thinking about, the one where you knew you lost it but could not figure out exactly where. Leave it below and hey, we might bring it to the next episode. Anonymous, AI voice, same format. And if you're not comfortable putting it in the comments, I've got you. Every month, I run live group coaching calls. You can show up and get coached in real time, or you can submit your question through the form and stay completely anonymous. Either way, your scenario gets handled. So go to revenuerascals.com/listen and sign up. Attend live, like I said, or just fill out the form. Nobody sees your name. Nobody sees your business. You just get the answers you need. And that is the game. And this is how we get better. Now let's get back to work. Thanks for listening to Revenue Rascals, where we turn bold ideas into predictable revenue and prove that breaking the rules can still build empires. If you love what you heard, do me a favor. Tap the links in the show notes to support our sponsors. They're the ones keeping this show free so I can keep ungating the 6-figure strategies that help you scale faster, lead smarter, and take more freedom home with you. And hey, if you think you'd make an incredible guest or know someone who's built something worth studying, email me at hello@michelleterpster.com. And until next time, stay sharp, stay bold, and stay just a little bit rascal.